All right, here we go. This one's going to be a 357 SIG test. Today we're going to be trying out some Underwood ammo. So for the first one, that one is the 115 grain Nosler. There's what that thing looks like. It does have your nickel plated brass and is rated at 1550 feet per second. And for other one, that one is the 124 grain Nosler. That one has that same nickel plated brass, is rated 1475 feet per second. So we'll see how close we come today. So we are going to be testing out of our Glock 33. That one does have that 3.42 inch barrel. We're going to be going through our gel. Those are 10% calibrated blocks. Do have a catch block behind that, so a total of 22 inches of gel, 4 layers of cotton t-shirt on the front, and like always, we'll set up our chronograph so we can hopefully pick up those impact velocities. So let's set up and see how these rounds do head to head. First one up will be that 115 grain. All right, we're starting back to 15 feet. All right, let's see what we did on that one. All right, so it looks like our impact velocity was 1499.1. So we actually do have our new Garmin out today. I was not able to pick up a impact velocity, but that's okay. This one for a backup definitely got it. So great to see 1499 for that 115 grain out of short barrel. Super awesome. All right, and there's a hit on that block. Looks like we got a perfect shot. You can see right down in there and a huge star pattern so far. So let's check it out from the top. Oh yeah, definitely looking pretty good. So it looks like pretty much on impact that thing started to open up or maybe even explode. You could see fragmentation going all over the place. We have quite a bit of disruption. Look like it did settle down pretty quickly though. There was a little bit more fragmentation there towards the end, and we did not make it out of that first block, but man, it looks like it tried. Check that out. But definitely quite a bit of damage. So let's see what kind of measurement we have here at our widest spot from the top. Like always, we'll cut this open to get a little bit more accurate cross section later, but it looks like we're at 3.5 inches. So it's actually great to see. That was basically 1500 feet per second. Now that short barrel's moving. I tested it the other day out of the Glock 32 as you guys requested. That's why I'm doing this today, because they were pretty much neck and neck. You guys wanted to see it out of the short barrel 33 and 32, so we figured we would do this test again. But man, that 32 I think was just slightly above this one. But anyways, there it is from the side. Looks like it came in, exploded. You can see huge chunks of that lead, and then about halfway through that block it did start to settle down a little bit. There's a little bit more fragmentation there, that round is. So let's see what kind of measurement we have here from the side. And at our widest spot from the side, we're about 3.25 inches. So a little bit less from the side than the top, but still not too bad. And let's see if I can get a decent angle. You can see that thing kind of bulging out the back. Looks like it wanted to come out, but it wasn't able to. So, excuse me. So that's basically 11 inches of penetration. These are 11-inch blocks. So definitely not too bad for that, short barrel 33. So what we're going to do is set up for that 124 grain and see how that one does. All right, we're starting back to 15 feet. All right, let's see what we did on that one. All right, so it looks like our impact velocity on that one was definitely an error on that one. That one says 236.3, but we do have it on our Garmin. Luckily, that one is 1385.9, so definitely not too bad to see, especially on that short barrel. For some reason, I don't know if it's the sun or what, we're getting some funny readings on our normal chronograph. But anyways, so it looks like we got a really nice hit on that block. You can see right down in there another huge star pattern. So let's check it out from the top. Oh yeah, definitely not too bad. So pretty much like the last one, as soon as it came in, it started to open up or explode a little bit. Excuse me, you can see all that fragmentation going all over the place. Looks like it did carry it out pretty good. A little bit more of those copper petals, and it started to settle down, and we did actually make it into our second block that time in pretty good ways. So let's see what kind of measurement we have here from the top. So it definitely looks a little bit smaller. It looks like we're about 3 inches. I believe the last one was 3.5. So a little bit less than that 115, but man, not too bad. Especially like I said, out of that short barrel, that's still moving for sure. So there it is from the side. Looks like it came in, opened up. You can really see all those petals kind of shearing off right there. Nice track going all the way through. It looks like it carried it a little bit further, maybe 2/3 of the way through that block, and then it did start to flatline a little bit, and then there it is in that second block. Pretty good ways. So let's see what kind of measurement we have here from the side. It actually looks a little bit wider from the side than the top, and we are at just about 3 1/4 from the side. So definitely not too bad. A little bit more from the side, but man, a lot of damage for sure. And that round is facing forward. And at our leading edge there, we are at 3.5 inches. So that made it a total of 14.5 inches of penetration. You know, really good to see, especially for those type of rounds. Usually they just kind of frag and they usually don't make it too far, but for it to, you know, carry that penetration is always good to see. So let's check these tracks one more time from the top. So the one on the right was at 115 grain and the one on the left was at 124. So here is that 115. Looks like it came in pretty much on impact, started to open up. You can see all that frag going all over the place, carrying pretty much the whole way through that block, and we did not make it out of that first one. And for 124, same thing. It looks like this one was a little bit more delayed before it started to open up, but once it did, man, it's dumping a ton of energy. And same thing, you can see all that fragmentation going all the way through, and there that round is. Really good to see. So let's pull these things and see what they look like. All right, check these things out. Looks like they both got some really awesome expansion. So the one on the right was at 115 grain, one left was at 124. So here's that 115. Definitely opened up, mushroomed out really nicely. Looks like it peeled every one of those petals off. You can really tell from the bottom. Let's see, sorry. Stuff's kind of slippery, hard to hold that thing, but there it is from the bottom. Peeled everything off. It still held together really good. Normally when I test it out of those longer barrels, it's usually barely hanging on, or we do get, you know, jacket core separation. So really good to see that this one actually did hold together. And man, these things are super loud, especially that short barrel. And here's that 124, same thing, opened up really nicely, perfect mushrooming. And once again, peeled every one of those petals off. Like always, we will get our weight retention, all that stuff here at the end, but definitely really good to see for those SIGs, man. Definitely some nasty stuff for sure. So here they are one time from the bottom. So one on the right was at 115, one on the left was at 124. And last time from the top. So like always, we'll you know, get our still shot, slow-mo, all that good stuff here at the end. But once again, that one was Underwood Nosler's 115 versus 124. Thanks for watching, guys. All right, so there's that cross section for that 115 grain. You can see we have some nice big splits going in there. Huge spider webbing for sure. You can see fragmentation all over the place, and on this side you can really see how big those cuts are. So I did remeasure these. They are peaking right at the 4-inch mark and averaging right around that 3.5 inches, so definitely quite a bit of damage. So let's cut it open. All right, so here's after being cut. So this bottom is the right side and this top is the left. So pretty much looks like on impact that thing's starting to expand. You can see that huge channel going all the way through. Tons of tearing and ripping through there. The velocity was definitely very surprising. We were right at 1,500 feet per second out of that short barrel. I tested it the other day out of that 32, and I believe we were just over 15, maybe 1507-ish. I don't recall, but I know it was barely over. So very surprising that we actually got that velocity out of that short barrel. But man, that stuff is nasty. And same here on the top, you can really tell. Came in, opened up. You can see a little bit of fragmentation, that huge channel, and it was ripping this gel up. Basically comes in and turns it inside out. When we're getting velocities like that, it's just crazy impressive. Super huge splitting though. Let's do one more quick angle just so you can see what's really going on. But you can see how bad that tearing is, how much damage is actually going on. Crazy. And I love that 33. It's usually my carry. If I'm not carrying that, you know, I'm not the biggest 9mm fan, but you know, I'm usually carrying a 9. Just a little bit skinnier. I usually carry the Canik Mete MC9, you know, with like Spear Gold Dot or something. But I'm definitely a huge fan of this 357 SIG, and that 115 grain was very impressive. So I might have to stock up on a little bit before they actually get rid of it, because you know, I'm sure they're going to switch right over to that XTP. But anyways, there we go. That one was at 115 grain. All right, here's all that fragmentation. It is the one on the right. All that stuff that I did end up pulling out of that block. So we'll get retained weight and all that good stuff. And I just wanted to mention, I know we're a 357 SIG channel. I hate to admit that I carry 9, but you know, sometimes I just got to do it. That 357 SIG, especially that short barrel, is so extremely loud. You'd probably blow out eardrums for sure. But anyways, just had to mention that. All right, and here's that 124 grain cross section. So pretty much same thing on this one. Of course, this one was moving a little bit slower, so we didn't get as much damage, but still very impressive. You know, I've tested this multiple times here on the channel. Every time it does great. Like I always say, it's one of my favorite rounds that they ever loaded or ever created for 357 SIG. But anyway, so here are those splits. You can see how much damage is going on. You can see a little bit more fragmentation. Same on, excuse me, same on this side. Really big cuts. So I did remeasure these. They are peaking and averaging right at that 3.5 inch mark. So definitely some impressive stuff. So let's cut it open. All right, so here's after being cut. So this bottom is the right side and this top is the left. So this one definitely looks like a different story. So it looks like as soon as this thing came in, right around that 1/4 inch mark, started to open up or explode. And it literally just threw frag all the way through that channel. That channel is absolutely huge, and you can see a bunch of frag copper and you know, lead chunks, a little bit of cotton t-shirt that it drug in. But man, this is crazy the amount of damage. That is a very big channel. Definitely looks a little bit more impressive after cutting it open. And same on the top, came in, opened up. You can really see what's going on. Huge channel, and then it pretty much took the gel with it. It definitely dug a really big canyon throughout there. But those are some nasty splits. And this one did get, you know, some pretty decent penetration compared to our last one. You know, that last one was moving fast, so it dumped all its energy very quickly. But it is some nasty stuff. Those Noslers definitely don't disappoint. So do one more quick angle. You can see what's going on. You can really see how deep that valley is right there. Just tearing this stuff up. Huge splitting, frag all over the place. I know a lot of people don't like you know, fragging bullets, but I think they're great. But right there you can see that block is barely holding on, and just a ton more damage. So once again, that one was that Underwood 124 grain Nosler at a short barrel Glock 33. Thanks again for watching, guys.